Hello Taurus, welcome to Hawthorne House. My name is Aria and I'm introducing myself this time because I forgot to do that in the first two videos that I did. Today am going to do a reading for you on your April portal, what's coming through the portal or the threshold of April, because April both begins and ends with a new moon. And I just felt like that was very significant to a door opening and closing and something coming through that door. So I wanted to do readings on that for all of my zodiac signs. I'm dividing them by zodiac. If you watched my introduction video, there's a playlist that this video is going to be on, and the introduction video is on that playlist. So you can watch it. And it sort of explains a little bit about my channel and what I'm going to do for this series of readings. But essentially, I want to have a look at what's coming through that portal for you and any additional information, I guess, that comes with that. What I did was I sat and sort of channeled your energy while I was doing my morning meditation and just relaxing. I took some time to delve into that very grounded, I want to say very grounded Taurus energy, but I get a different sense of grounding from Taurus than I do, say, a Virgo. Like Virgo, very logical, in their grounding, very analytical, and then Capricorn, very driven, right? Very ambitious in like more of a business sense. For Taurus, I get this, and I'll hold this picture up shortly so you can see it. This is sort of my like scribble meditation thing that I did. I did it for Aries yesterday, and I did it for you today. And I was getting this very strongly when I was like channeling your energy, is my Masters of Manifestation. And I don't know if that's just bias, because the Taurus that I know is very, very good at bringing things to the earthly plane, like manifesting things in reality or grounding manifestations into reality. You know how sometimes when you try to manifest something and you just sort of, you let it go to the universe and you hope, I hope that comes back, the way I want it. Or you obsess over it and you think, as long as I believe it'll happen, as long as I believe it'll happen. And then it kind of doesn't happen, or, doesn't happen exactly the way you want, because the universe is fickle and that's just how things are, right? I feel like that's normal people, right? You, Taurus, though, you have this ability to just, if you want it in reality, if you will it to be in reality, it will be in reality. It may take a while, but it usually like meets the standard of, yes, this is what I was looking for. This is exactly what I needed when I needed it. Here it is. Perfect. And then you just go about your day, right? You're very, here, I can hold this up now. You see it, shit, like it, there's coin in their hand, and they're not really gendered, but it feels female to me. In their hand, and they're kind of hanging out. They're very like relaxed, very zen, chill, like I'm gonna have a cappuccino and just enjoy my Saturday morning kind of chill. But there's this underlying feeling when I was drawing this image of, and it's down here, it says complacency is the death of creation. For you, Taurus, I got this like energy of, if you get bored or you get like settled, I don't want to say you want for nothing, but you kind of get, well, complacent, you get like everything's fine and you're having a nice time. Like if you do that, your manifestation doesn't come through as strongly. But it also is because you're not asking for big things or things that you really want or need. It's more passive. And I feel like if you get into that energy of contentment, and it's not a bad thing, you no longer have a need to pull things from the universe into the earth, right? To get things from the universe that way. And so you just have this, it's like you're not greedy. You know, and like maybe everyone can be greedy, okay? Everyone can be greedy. We all have like that little bit of just a little more, please. Especially if you're going through like a really tough run of just and nothing's going good. So once you start getting a little bit of good, you're like just a little more, please. But everybody's got that capacity to be like a little greedy, right? But with Taurus, I feel like you're so adept. Adept? Is that the word I'm looking for? Maybe. At getting what you want. And not like at manipulating the situation, or necessarily, not that all manipulation is bad, you know, we won't get into that here yet. But I feel like you're so used to getting what you want when you really want something. Maybe I wouldn't even say that you're used to it. I would just say that it happens so often that when you don't like really need something, you don't need to take or ask for anything. You just kind of, you're cool to vibe, you know, you're cool to be content, and you don't need to reach out for that little bit more. But that being said, I then, after sitting here with that energy and going, okay, well, you know, I need to ground into Taurus and feel Taurus, you know, what's going on with Taurus? And then I was like, okay, so Masters of Manifestation. And then I got this warning of, I got this note of being able to bringing things down to earth or pulling them into reality. And then I got this message for beware lethargy. And I was like, okay, that goes kind of with this complacent comment, so I understand why that's there. So I asked, you know, well, if this is that energy, and she looks pretty content, right? Or they look pretty content with what they've got. They don't seem to need more. But it's like there's more waiting, right? That's like, the threads there feel like potential, you know, longer string, braid it out, add more coins. But it feels like, you know, they're fairly cool. They don't seem to need very much, Taurus. You don't seem to need very much in this image that I got of you. But then I asked, you know, okay, well, what's coming through the portal? What's crossing the threshold for you? What are you pulling? What are you bringing down to earth? What are you pulling into reality, right? And I got wish fulfillment, and the King and Queen of Pentacles. Your wish is my command. And then I got this, the cord of heaven and earth. And I don't know, that feels like that ability to pull things down into reality. And I got this pleasure in the senses. It's like you ground things through your senses. Like for Taurus, it's all about using the five senses to ground what you want in reality. And it's very, I didn't think about it until just now, but that's very law of attraction, which my Taurus friend is like a very big, she's probably watching this because I told her that I was going to post this today. It's a very big like thing that she does, and it's all about that manifestation. And you know, your wish is my command, and I was like, wish fulfillment. Okay, so I asked, you know, well, does that mean that they're getting a wish granted? And I got this quote it says, what is it you've asked for, Taurus? Like, have you asked for something big in the last couple months that you're hoping to achieve, or some big manifestation that maybe you even forgot about, it feels like. And then the second part of the quote is, what do you need? And then it kind of like answered its own question of asking you shall receive. So I feel like there's something you've either been asking for consistently in the last year, half a year maybe, that is now happening or coming through that portal for you, or there's something you asked for and forgot about, or something you suddenly found that you needed either this last month or today, this month. You'll find something that you need, and if you find yourself in that situation of, wow, I really need blank, my advice to you would be to just ask for it. And I know that sounds really like really basic, right? Just ask for it. That's such an obvious answer. I know that it's such an obvious thing, but like it's not obvious for me. Like that would not be an obvious thing to me if I didn't know my Taurus friend. My Taurus friend is like the only reason that I would even think to be like, oh yeah, if I need something, just ask for it. Duh. Before that, it was always like, how am I going to get this, you know? What do I have to do? What hoops do I have to jump through to get things? And I just feel like Taurus, you don't have to jump through those hoops. Not if you really need something. Like it finds its way to you. You are the law of attraction. Like things are attracted to you. You are that like shiny coin that all the crows want, you know? Not that I think you're, not that it's like just monetary, but you are valuable is kind of and you attract valuable things to you, and that doesn't necessarily mean money, but it could be people or opportunities, all sorts of stuff. I just feel like, especially if that's not you, like on the regular, keep an eye out for that energy this month, because I really feel like this month you are magnetic in some way of just, if you need something, ask for it and you'll receive it. So that was all just my like trancing, I guess, my channeling just without cards and stuff. But now I kind of want to see what the cards have to say. And I'm not sure if they'll follow the same message or they will expand upon that message, or if they'll be completely different. I have no idea. So we're just gonna see, and I didn't decide on your deck, of course, because I'm silly like that. Alright, Taurus, sorry about that. I actually had to pause the video because I kept hearing this knocking from outside my altar room, and I was like, there's nobody out there, and there shouldn't be. And what I was hearing was that 2 or 3 neighbors down, I live in the country, somebody's working on their roof, and their hammering is very loud. When opportunity knocks, I guess. Speaking of, while I was sorting that out, I also picked which decks I'm going to use for you, and I'm going to use 2. I'm going to use and how I picked was I split the deck to see what energies. I split like all my decks that I felt drawn to for this, and to see which cards resonated. And the one that called out to me for you is the World here that came with the Mystical Manga Guidebook, which is the one I used yesterday in Aries, so that's pretty consistent. But you can see there's like coins here, and gears. It's very much that energy of pulling things from the ether into the earth. Like, I just feel like that's your energy this month. And then the other one that I pulled from was the the Wild Unknown Archetypes Guidebook. And the card that I got for that was Threshold. And I was like, well, there you go. It feels like, you know, this should tell me, I think we're going to use these ones first. And the shuffling might be clumsy, so you might not see it on camera because there's a lot of cards here and I got tiny little hands. So I'm gonna try to shuffle. The split here is the river and the forest, and that, yeah, the forest is definitely giving me, I mean, it's very earth vibe. Obviously, because, you know, it's the forest. Forest is earthy, but it's very you know, it's the wild unknown archetype, but it's kind of into the unknown, and the forest nurtures all. It's like, the forest is the manifestation of the universal connection, right? All the roots intertwined, the trees living off of one another. It's an entire ecosystem in and of itself. That is the universal connection. That is the universe, just on a very physical plane that we can see and interact with. And that's, I don't know, it just feels like that's where you sit, Taurus. You sit at that threshold of pulling things that are dreamt by yourself or maybe by others even, and bringing them into reality. I feel like, yeah, I feel like you could, I won't say you can pull anything you want to, but that's the feeling I'm getting, at least for this April portal. It feels like, you know, you've got one wish on your genie lamp, right? One wish left, and you can't wish for more wishes. So what are you going to wish for? Okay. What is crossing the threshold for Taurus? Oh my god. So you got the forest card again, and this is a huge stack of cards, right? I'm not going to keep all of them out, but I am going to keep the top card out, the forest. Don't ask me how to read these numbers. I'm pretty sure that says 36, but I could be totally wrong. We're going to keep this one too because it's the forest and the creator. The card underneath that was the empty room, and that almost feels like the empty room could be two things. The empty room can be infinite potential and being able to conjure anything into that empty room, or it could be the feeling you get when you don't need anything and you let your craft go rusty, right? You don't do it for a while, and then it becomes, I don't want to say you become an empty room, but it feels like, rather than this colorful, and this, I mean, the colors here are very, you know, similar. They're the rainbow, of course, but like it's like you're pulling that energy from the sky, right? From the ether, from out there, and you're bringing it down to earth here. You're grounding it into the earth. And that's that same, like, this is your ability to pull that into your hands and then make it a physical thing. And I feel like the empty room is when you don't need anything and you become complacent, and all of a sudden you can't think of anything to put in the room. Like, you don't need anything, so nothing comes to mind, right? But sometimes if you sit in that, I don't need any, like, even, sometimes you need even small things, right? To keep in practice. And I'm not saying that, you know, you have to practice it like a skill, but if that's something you were interested in, I feel like, you know, don't let yourself get rusty and not ask for things. And look, I split the deck again, and that's the world card. Maybe I just split it at the exact, I mean, obviously I split it at the exact same spot because I just put it back on top of each other, but it's still weird. So now, I want to pull some final tarot cards here and get a little more information on on what's coming to you through the portal. But I'm still getting that energy of, what do you want? The portal is asking you, right? The portal is asking you, what do you want? Just tell me what you want and I'll give it to you. And that's that feeling that I'm getting. And so I think what's coming through is really up to you. And this is a case more of you pulling things through the portal rather than something coming through the portal for you. You know, it's, you get to decide. It's like you're standing at the door, you know, you've got your phone, you're ordering stuff on Amazon or whatever, you know, online, and you're just waiting for it to come up to the door. You're just like, okay, I picked exactly what I wanted and exactly the color that I want, you know, and now I'm just waiting for it. And that's what I feel like April is for you. Okay, what's coming through the, let's see. Ooh, the Fool and the Devil. I'm going to keep those. I don't necessarily read reversals specifically, but I do make note of them. I'll probably read, you know, both sides of this. But this Devil, earthly pleasures, right? Earthly senses. The senses. It's very much that feeling of, it even kind of has like the Taurus vibe, right? But like that's, you know, I don't want to say like, that's Taurus when they're being like, I want all, you know? And then the Fool here, but reverse, the Fool. The Fool reverse tells me that this isn't a new beginning. So this wish that, or this, it's not new to you, right? This ability is not new to you. Like, if you are here, if you clicked on this, I feel like you've at least had some inkling that, yeah, I can do this. I can ask for things and they'll be given to me. But I feel like you gotta be careful not to fall into that temptation of, well, I just want all things. Because that greed can, yeah, here, that greed can cause damage, can cause heartache, right? You realize material isn't everything, right? You end up wanting more, and if you don't get that more and you can't pull that more from the void, it leaves you feeling like heartbroken and empty, and you fall into that trap of, well, why can't I do it now? You know, why can't I get what I want now? And it feels like it's because you're asking for the wrong things, maybe. Or you're not asking for them in a way that's realistic. I feel like when you ask for things, you need to ask, like, the best way to get results is to ask for them in a way that you can really see happening for you. You know? Alright. We'll do this one more time. And, okay. Ten of Pentacles. That's your energy, bro. That's like... I got two here. I think I'm going to stop with those because I also want to pull, for you, I want to pull some of these tea leaf tarot cards because I feel like there's this general energy of like, what do you want? Ask for it, you get it, right? I want to see like specifically maybe if there's some advice here on what you should ask for, what you should focus on. But the Ten of Pentacles here is just like, it's everything, you know? It's you have the world in your hands. You have a home, a family, you're financially stable, you're like, you've got it all, right? You've got it all, so what more do you need? And then underneath that, you've got the Three of Wands, which is giving me this energy of looking to the horizon and in question, like deep thought of meditation of like, okay, well, if there's something that I want or something that I need, you know, it's like, it's something you should think on. It's something, because this is, like I said, it feels, I know it's probably not a one-time, you know, wish, one-time thing granted to you, but in this moment, for this particular portal, it feels like this is a big wish moment, but you need to be sure. Like, you need to think on it and really, once you've made your decision, you know that it's going to come to you. So you have to, like, make that decision thoughtfully. Okay. So now I really want to pull the sun. Happiness and well-being. Is that what you wish for? Because that would be a great wish. The sun. I really want to pull some of these little tea leaf tarot cards, oracle cards, because I really want to see if I can get any more very specific messages for a few specific Tauruses, or maybe just some things that you're really focused on in the moment that you're having trouble deciding what to ask for. It feels like I'm getting that a little bit. Like, again, it's that feeling of I want for nothing, so what do I want? I don't know. I don't know what to ask for, but you don't want to miss this opportunity either. I get that energy, like, I don't want to miss an opportunity, but also I'm pretty okay where I am. Fool also, like, in addition to, you already know, I'm also getting this, or it's not new to you, I'm also getting that complacency thing again really strong of the Fool in reverse. It's lack of adventure, lack of newness, lack of something to really hold your attention. Lack of desire. I think some of you might be struggling with wanting a little, or not necessarily wanting more adventure, but like in that mindset of I don't need new things, and so you're gonna make yourself bored. That's the feeling I got anyway. Okay, so let's give us some specific cards on what Taurus could be looking at getting through the portal, crossing the threshold, pulling over to the earthly plane for them. You got 2 dates here. Some information for Taurus and the sun again. Okay. I'm only going to pull from this one pile because I feel like, because I saw that, okay, so I saw this card, Firecracker, Excitement. And that's what this is. I saw this card and I looked over at the Fool, and as I was shuffling, and I was like, it's like a lack of excitement makes you, I don't know, it makes you feel blah, like you don't want to ask for anything 'cause nothing exciting is happening. Or maybe you need to ask for something, be careful how you ask for excitement, but maybe you want to do something a little more exciting. This cat here is a two-faced friend, so I don't know why that came out. Here's the other date. You've got November and August. That's really interesting. Why is that? I think because August and November are the 2 dates that came out yesterday for the original Aries reading. Not yesterday, day before yesterday, for the original Aries reading. That ended up being more of like a collective reading for all that it's an hour long and I can't post it on here right now. But maybe someday I will, because these are the 2 dates that came out, and I was like, either something happened between November of last year and August of this year, something is like big is going down, like a big change. And it had to do with leaving something behind and moving towards something new that was exciting. And Firecracker came up for that too. So I feel like that, or it's from, and it was November and August in that order, I feel like. So I feel like that same stretch of time applies here. This feels like whatever you ask for in this moment, whatever you think on and decide, okay, this is what I want to pull into the earth, the results of that are going to happen either between November of this year and August of next, or between November of last year and this August. Like by this August, whatever this is happening, whatever you asked for. Yeah, okay. I feel like I just got disconnected with that. I don't know. I had this big rush of, oh, that's like serendipitous, and then it just stopped. So I think I'm going to end your reading here for today, and I really hope that you found that interesting and that it wasn't just like random babble. I don't know. You got a lot of like repeating cards though from splits in the deck and things, which I find really interesting. So I feel like this was a very it's very powerful energy, right? What do you want? Ask for it and you will receive it. Okay, that's like the message to go away with here. And also to really consider what you want right now. And what you might want for your future, I think, is a really good one, just as time goes. And maybe it's excitement, you know, or maybe it's just happiness and well-being, but maybe it's something bigger than that. And I really hope that you get what it is that you want. And I really have a feeling that even if it's in an unexpected way, because the universe is like that, I really feel like if you ask for something right now, you'll get it. Okay, that's all for today, and I will see you later. Thank you for coming, Taurus. I had a lovely time. Bye-bye.